Hello everybody and welcome to Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. Welcome to episode 115 of The Coin Vault Has Opened. Well, we had our first technical difficulties trying to start the stream, had to replace the stream key. Not 100% sure what was up with that, but welcome everybody. Guess there's a first for everything, and at least we succeeded in getting over the technical difficulties. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hope you guys are well. For tonight's stream, we have a bag of 1963 Lincoln Memorial cents. These are still in their mint cellos. I'll dump them out to get them ready. But for those of you guys who have watched the show, we pretty much go through them first, take a look at the condition of the coins, and then after we do that, we go back through them and zoom up and try to find some varieties if we are able to. It looked like there were a couple double dies for this, so we'll definitely be zooming in. No mint marks on here, so we won't be checking for replenishment marks, of course. But hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you for your patience, and sorry about that, but at least we got going. So I'm not sure why my stream key was not working, but glad that we were able to figure that out. Yeah, here we go. Let me maybe see if I can adjust and get the light just a little bit better. I was doing PCGS slabs earlier. It seems like some angles are better for those. Some of these mint cellos will be easier to look through, of course. But yeah, I think I've done 114 episodes of the show here, and have not had that happen before, so first time for everything. I thought it was my OBS just needed to be reset. Tried that twice, and then every time it would say I was ready to go live, and would just say streaming is not available right now. So I was like, don't know what to do. I will try changing the stream key, and once I did that, it seemed like we were able to go live. Looks like this one's got a little spot of something on it. Now most of these I feel like will probably have like little carbon spots, little spots. It seemed very, very common for the early 60s. All of these do have like a mint token in them as well, but there's not really any reason to look for those. As far as I know, there's no mint token errors, or I never hear anyone talk about them. Maybe if one of them was, like, say if this was a Denver mint token, that might be kind of interesting to have it in there. And I have seen mint sets before where there will be the wrong coin in the mint set, which I always thought was interesting. I've seen that once or twice. I've also seen ones where there were 2 of one denomination of coin, and I thought that was kind of interesting as well. But also, I know I normally have bonus streams every night, and if you guys were here Sunday, I was saying there's no reason I shouldn't be doing a stream tomorrow on Monday night, but I had a headache all day long, and it ended up going all the way till midnight. So I really was not in good shape to be doing a stream for you guys. But on the bright side, I woke up feeling great today, and I used the extra time to get some sleep, so I'm back in full force, ready to go. And I did get in a lot of really, really nice coins. So I will be posting lots of short videos of beautiful, beautiful coins this week. I still have quite a few of the 1957 proof quarters. So for those of you guys that watch my short videos, if it felt like Groundhog Day, indeed it kind of was. It was a proof 1957 quarter Groundhog Day, just video after video. This one's got some nice luster on it of proof quarters. So I think we got through 32 of those proof quarters, and I still have, I believe, 6 left of them. So if you guys couldn't get enough of them, there will be 6 more of them coming. And I got some nice 1982 bronze cents coming in. I was able to post one of them tonight before the stream, but I ran out of time to post any more short videos. which I know is not like me. Normally I'm doing them non-stop. But yeah, yesterday I didn't get to do a short video, didn't get to do a stream. I think that is a first that I have not produced a video for YouTube since I began making videos on YouTube, which has been over a year now. And I think everybody deserves a day off, but it definitely was not the day off I was hoping for. There's a lot of smoke in the air here, and I think I got too much smoke. I had definitely been feeling it. I'm feeling it in my lungs, like I felt like my nose was feeling stuffy, and I think it got inside me, compromised me. But I'm back, I'm feeling a lot better. It was really smoky. There was a lot of ash in the air too. I mean, I think the nearest fire here is like 100 miles away, but I'm guessing most of California elsewhere is like it is here as well. But last night when I went to bed, I remember seeing like the moon. The moon was just like bright red and looked like fire through the trees. And then this morning, the sun was bright red. You know, when you look up at the sun and it's like just coming through like the smog, and it looked like fire, like it was making this red glow on everything it like hit. Like the ground looked red, like it was on fire. Just kind of crazy days here. Ash falling in the sky. Sounded like in town here, like all the cars were covered with ash from the fires. This weekend was crazy, just, you know, strong winds, hot winds. It was just like they were blowing the, like, everything up from the fires, just the heat was coming all the way. So I can only imagine what it's like to be living where the fires are at. But yeah, this weekend was just it was a different one. Like eBay, it felt like a ghost town. I know there's hurricanes and fires going across the country, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. But it was like I felt like I was on my own eBay. Like anything I bid on, I won. Like without any one bidding. You know, like I stopped even like snipe bidding. I just bid on stuff because all of a sudden I was winning every single coin. Got some really awesome coins. Like I was getting like $200 coins for like $50. And that was great and happy until all of a sudden, like I looked at like all the stuff that I'd won and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna have to pay all this off. And so I had to kind of like lay back on bidding because I have been buying a ton and I wanted to make sure I could pay for everything. But yeah, I don't know if anybody knows if there was like, you know, major coin shows going on. I was trying to make sense out of why no one else was bidding, and I guess if people are, you know, like dousing their houses down with a hose to keep it from burning, or if they're like in their, you know, basements, like hiding from hurricanes, it's not exactly the time to be bidding on coins. I mean, I can definitely see everybody in their basements, you know, like with their like phone or like setting up their computer in the basement so that they could still work. But I don't know, a lot of these are really nice and bright and shiny. They have a couple little speckles on them, but a lot of them have really nice surfaces, which is nice. On the last roll, I think the 1964s, we had a pretty nice looking, really nice toned coin. It was really beautiful. And so I do apologize again for being late to the stream. It was just, you know, sitting there ready to push the go button, and it just it didn't want to go. And I guess there's no way to really know if it's not going to do that before I start. I think I took it for granted that when I push live, we're live. Yeah, they seem to be in pretty good condition. How was everybody's weekend? How's your guys' week started? Oh, this one's got something going on it. I don't know if it's like a clipped planchet or if this one received some sort of damage at the mint. But it looks like there's like a chunk taken out of it up at the top. Almost looks like a clipped planchet because there's a same kind of thing going on the other side. That's kind of cool. And it's not clipped very much, but it still is a little bit. It's not something I normally see in a mint set. I think I saw one that kind of looked like that the other day, but it looked a little bit more like damage. That one looked pretty smooth around the edges. So we're maybe about halfway through. I'd say these look pretty decent. Like, I expect to see just a little bit of kind of carbon spots, like little black parts. I know they're not what anyone wants to see. My guess is that most of these are like MS63, MS64. You know, they don't really seem to have many scratches or dings on them. But as far as eye appeal, I think that when there's a little bit of spider webbing or a little bit of carbon, I think that really knocks them down a grade. I'll have to look at some of my like MS66s from these years, just to see kind of, you know, if any of them. I feel like usually by the time a coin is an MS66, it doesn't have any of that on it. You know, occasionally you'll see one, or maybe it's a really exceptional made coin, and so like if that's the only thing going for it, almost when I look down on it, almost like it has a little bit of toning right here. See if maybe there's an angle we can check that out on. Kind of looks like a bluey gray. Nothing too fancy. I think if I was to show you guys, I don't think it would super wow you. I got to watch a bunch of YouTube videos today of a bunch of people that I haven't really got to check out their work. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, not a very eventful day for me yesterday. It was pretty much just take care of the basics. Normally I am working all day long, and I don't know, maybe my body just needed a break, but I'm going to blame the smoke on it. It definitely, you know, it's like to the point where I'm definitely like keeping windows closed. Normally when it's nice and hot, I'm wanting to like keep them open and like get the air going. Has anybody found any cool double dies in 1963? I was able to go and check out coppercoins.com and kind of, you know, look to see like what different things we should be looking for. It seemed like a lot of the double dies kind of had like the little bar underneath the L, and then there was some notching on the reverses. I think I saw a T that had like a second bar in it, and I didn't really feel like I saw anything that was amazing. Like some of the proof 1963s that I was going by, they seemed like they had some really nice errors on them. One thing I found interesting when we were looking at the 1964s the other night, there was like what looked, you know, if the L was like a little handgun, there looked like there was a bullet coming out of the top of the chamber, and it looked like a double die on the L. Almost feel like I see a little thing underneath the L here, something hitting the light. Maybe it's just a small mark, but maybe that one will be a double die for us. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, so the one that looks kind of like there's a bullet coming out of the top of the L, I saw for 1963 there was a proof coin like that, that looked exactly like the one that I found for 64. Um, and that one looked like it was worth quite a bit of money, that it was a really nice air. So I'm a little bit curious. I think I will do a little bit more research on that one now, because I think that one was maybe showing like $75 to $200 in various grades. And you know, that might be a coin, you know, maybe if somebody hasn't found that variety, if it's unlisted, that might make it worth a bit too. So that would definitely be interesting. I'm going to do some research on that. Maybe I can send, like Chuck at Copper Coins, maybe I can send him a photo of it and see what he thinks of it. But I'd say these definitely look like they're in better condition than the 1964 Ds that we looked at. This roll here comes from the same person who sold me the 64s. And it looks like I do have a roll of 1963 Ds as well. So tomorrow's a regularly scheduled stream, so I will probably have those 63 Ds for you guys tomorrow night. And possibly I might start the stream early. I'll make sure to let you guys know what's going on. Normally my streams are at 9 o'clock. I might start the stream a little bit earlier. I just know that for some of you guys, when I start streaming, it is pretty late. And maybe you guys like it that way, but I will still be going into my normal stream time. But if I start early, it'll probably be like a half an hour early, which will mean that you guys will just get more coins. So it looks like we maybe have about 12, 13 more of these. And then we'll zoom in and we'll see what we can find. Kind of curious what I missed. William Voss Gaming has been on here quite a few nights in a row. He's like gotten to 4,000 watch hours, and YouTube has just been making him wait. And so like yesterday I was curious if he got to become a YouTube partner yet. And I hadn't got a chance to check out his videos today and see if he was yet, but that'd be really cool. I know how it feels to be waiting. And so sometime in the next week or so, I'm probably going to start making some nice big purchases again on eBay, and wipe out some categories. And so there will be a lot of really beautiful coins, PCGS coins coming up. And I'm also going to start, I think, selling some uncertified coins on eBay as well. So I think a bunch of the coins we've been looking at on the show here are going to go up for sale on eBay. And so that'll be kind of cool to do, because I've only been selling certified coins up until now, but as you guys know, I have quite the hoard of uncertified coins. But it looks like we are going to expand on eBay and try to buy out some more categories and just take over stuff. Eventually eBay coin categories. Eventually eBay coins is just going to be Time Traveler's Coin Exchange. It's just going to be a category on eBay. We're just going to keep buying up everything until you go to look at coins on eBay and it's just us selling. Eventually we'll buy eBay, but that's a couple more years off, and I'm not sure if I even want to buy eBay. I think I would just do it for fun. I'm not quite there yet. But we have big ambitious plans. It's going to be a fun year. Pretty much we're either going to go big or we're going to break the market, either one. It'll be fun. Alright, about 5 more of these and we will zoom in and turn some lights on and hopefully find some cool coins. This one's got like an interesting effect where it's kind of like a reverse cameo, even though you don't get cameos on business strikes. But all the higher devices are like kind of darkened. They've all toned, but everything lower is still the nice natural mint copper color. Hey, metal detecting with Austin Simpson. Welcome. How are you doing tonight? Sorry if you arrived here at 9 o'clock. I had some technical difficulties and it took me an extra 5 minutes. I had to switch my stream keys and I'm not sure why I've been using the same stream key for a year. Maybe they eventually expire. But thought we were good to go and then had some technical difficulties I had to work through. But fortunately, everything worked. Hey Blue Sandy, hello. Welcome to the stream, guys. How are you guys all doing tonight? Good to see you guys back. So we're 2 more coins here, and then we will zoom in. This one here looks pretty nice. A couple little marks. It looked like there may be a clipped planchet in here. I didn't see the photo that you posted today, Metal Detecting with Austin Simpson. I'll try to check that out tomorrow morning while I drink some coffee. What video did you do? Tell me about it. Intrigue me. Guys, let me get a sip of water. Cough some of the smoke that we have in the air out. And get some lights on. Dump these back out. Just a little bit lower. Zoom in here. Let's go to zoom in on this one. Another metal detecting trip? Cool. Where'd you get to go metal detecting? I think that might just be a die scratch underneath the L. Maybe we'll just take a closer look while we're up close. I'd ask if you found anything cool, but then it might ruin the surprise. But did you find anything cool? Yeah, before it, I need to get metal detecting my property. I like pretty much spent all last year like clearing and getting everything ready to do it. And then I've just been making videos non-stop and haven't gone and metal detected the property. I should really, really do that before everything has grown back. I don't think anybody has ever metal detected it. Hey Edwin Vasquez, welcome. Hello. Good to see you again, Edwin. You found some bottles? Nice. Uh, when I was clearing, just one of the last places I cleared on the property here, there's like a giant redwood stump, and I was finding like bottles and cans and stuff around it, and then when I pulled the ivy off of it, there was, oh yeah, there was double-dyed eyes. I forgot about that. Good thing I'm remembering soon. But I cleared the ivy off of it, and it's like maybe a 20-foot tall stump, and it's hollowed out, and somebody just filled it with bottles and cans and stuff in like the 60s or something. And so the entire thing is just like filled with bottles and cans, and most of it is just like, pure rust. But then some of it, some of the stuff you pull out and you like the labels are still on it, and some pretty cool stuff. I've been trying to just sift through it and pretty much get rid of all the rust and broken glass, but been trying to like pull out anything that seems cool. Oh, the property here is pretty old. I mean, it kind of goes back to like the gold rush. Like my neighbor's house is pretty much like a cabin from gold rush times. Within a few miles was a place where pretty much all the people from the gold rush were coming by. So I'm definitely wanting to like thoroughly scour all the woods and stuff and make sure that there is not like somebody like stashed their gold and then got like never came back for it or something. Yeah, thanks for showing me all those beautiful silver rounds, Edwin. Some of those were really, really cool. I had not seen a lot like those. I kind of took, I don't know, I mainly was buying like, like silver maple leafs and American silver eagles and stuff, and didn't really check out all the different artwork that people made, and there's like so many really cool stuff, and I can understand why people, if you're gonna buy a silver round, you might as well buy like a limited edition like piece of art. But I think the area here, I think the town was established, but there was, Native American tribes here before, of course, they were here first. But I think the first settlers were Spanish. I think they came up here in like the mid 17th century. Maybe it was like 1780s or something like that. But yeah, one of my neighbor next door, he went metal detecting on his property, and he found like kind of like a scimitar like sword that he said was like a soldier sword from like the 1800s or something like that. I never got to see it, but it sounded really cool, and found like some, I can't remember what kind of car. It was like a really, really, really old car. Like I want to say it was like a Model T, like parts from that, which I didn't get to see. Um, but it sounded like he found some pretty cool stuff on his property. I haven't found very many cool things. I did do a little bit of metal detecting on it, but the coolest thing that I found was one of like the property markers, or the most valuable thing was like a property marker, like just a big, steel bar that was like hammered in, or a big lead bar that was hammered into the corner. So now I know where one of the 4 corner points on my property is, and that's pretty valuable to know. Yeah, some of these 1963s are pretty nice. I feel like most of them have like a little small spot. I want to zoom in on that eye. That looks like a double-dyed eyelid, I think. There definitely is a little notch, a little bump, just where I think it's supposed to be. There looked like there was maybe like 3, 4, 5 different varieties of these. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad I was able to see that zoomed out. Yeah, just a couple dark spots. Like a bunch of them have little speckled kind of carbon-like spots. Which I pretty much expect from them in these years. What's going on with the T here too? So I'm not 100% sure. I know that there was a T that I saw that had like a little doubling. That definitely sticks up and out of it, but it's not very, very big. I'll have to go back and check. I think the T that had a double die, or at least the one on copper coins, I think it came out like right below the T. But maybe we will check out, let's just check out a little bit more of this up close. Because where there's one thing, sometimes there's something else to check out. So yeah, this one looked like it had a doubled eye. And it looked like there was at least something going on the D. And some of the double dies that I was looking at on copper coins, like they like really were hard to see. Like they had beautiful big high resolution photos, all blown up, all zoomed in, and I was looking at them still like scratching like my head, like I can barely see those, like I can imagine it. Huh. Like the end there almost looks like there's something, it might be a little scratch. It might just be the way the light hits it. Let me see if I can zoom in and then see, like some of these are just, yeah, let me turn it upside down and see if I can find that part of it again. Goes the first one over here. So that's the problem, like the proof ones are so much more sharp. I've definitely had, I feel like I have more trouble spotting things on the business strikes here. I feel like, I don't know, it's interesting. Maybe I just need to work harder. And I didn't check out how much, I didn't check out how much any of the double-dyed eyes were worth. I feel like most of them were like $8 or something in MS65. But at the same time, like an MS65 1963 is, you know, it's worth about $8 in Mint State 65. But at the same time, if you're looking for, you know, that variety, then you're wanting that variety. So you know, it makes it more attractive to people who are wanting to buy that particular. I think that is just damage on the C. When I looked at the C at first, it almost looked like there was like a whole nother part split off. But it's like you can see like on the midsection of the C, and then it looks like it's just kind of all scraped up. And the God We Trust is doubling. I will definitely keep my eye out. Yeah, a lot of these, like, oh, this one's the one I think might be a clipped planchet, just because it's the same on both sides. I know it kind of looks damaged. Here, I don't know how. Yeah, you can see it's like a very, very thin planchet there on the edge. I'm kind of bending the mint cello, which probably isn't great for it, but. And then on this side, I mean, it almost looks scraped. I don't think that's going to damage the coin. It's probably going to make it harder to look through the mint cello in the future. It might be damage, but that one definitely stuck out. I don't usually see a coin in a mint cello that looks like that. Hey Super Silverman, welcome. These ones are business strikes. Here, Super Silverman, check this one out. I'll just go back to this one here real quick. But this one looked like a doubled eyelid. And, but the part that I thought was interesting about it too was the T here. The T has like a little part coming out the side here as well. You know, it's not super raised up. But there's definitely some raised metal there. And this one looked kind of interesting, like, you know, the S and the T. I mean, it's probably machine damage. Like, I don't see any split serifs in it. But like all across, it's like I would think that we'd see like a split serif in the S. It's just interesting, like the corners of business strike coins totally reflect, like I don't know if they're like rougher, but it makes it harder. Like I keep feeling like I'm seeing something. Do you have any opinion on the edge of this one, Super Silverman? It's got like what kind of appears to be a planchet flaw, or like a clipped planchet. It's like basically it's like lost the rim, and then on the edge here it's like it's kind of thinner, which I know you guys can't really see, but it could just be mint damage. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's probably machine damage. I do think that when I was checking out copper coins, I think that there was one that kind of looked like machine damage to me, where it was just, you know, kind of like a bunch of splitting down the middle. But then I think it also had just a very, very, very thin notch on it as well. Then we found a cool 1964 P yesterday, or I'm sorry, Sunday, where at the top of the L, like if you turn the L like this, there was like it looked like a double die, like a bullet coming out of the L at the top. But I didn't see any double dies like that. I saw one when I was looking through the 1963s tonight here, that same thing on the T here. I wonder if this is another doubled eyelid. Nope. And maybe that is a common thing with the T too. You know, we've only looked at a couple coins up close here. Okay, it's not quite as, oh, that might actually even be a scratch. Well, it kind of looks like a raised. Maybe it's just a scratch and then the light is super bright there. It makes it look like, I feel like you guys can probably see what I was thinking I was seeing, but it looks different. A repunched Godsmack. Welcome, Amy Bach. Welcome to the channel. Welcome back. Wait a second. I don't think we looked at the back. But yeah, I'm going to have to do some more research on the 1964 from the other night, because it looked exactly like a 1963 proof double die that I saw when I was looking through the 63 double dies today. And that one was like $75 to $200. And if there is one that looks just like it in a business strike, I know it's a different year, but it seemed like if that one's worth a ton of money and I'm not seeing it on copper coins, maybe that proof one is a rare variety, and if there was a business strike one that looked like that that's not recorded, maybe that would be a really good find. I usually kind of get discouraged when I can't find what I think I'm finding when it's something, but it might be a good thing. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Edwin. Hope to see you again. Have a good night. Interesting. So they use proof dies to make business strike. It's kind of interesting inside the D there. When I say interesting, I guess I just mean I'm going to check it out. And I think I want to check out the I as well. It's a little raised something in there, I feel like. I'm not sure what it is. See if we can get a clearer shot here. I don't think so. Okay, sounds good, Edwin. Yeah, just send me a shout. I think I put the notifications on so that I should get your video, but it never hurts. Sometimes I get like a ton of notifications that a bunch of videos are been up, and things just sometimes sync into my email. I used to keep my email before having the channel I used to keep all my emails clean, and some of the days now, like some of my accounts that I have like multiple thousand emails that I still need to catch up on, for when I have a day off, which doesn't end up happening very often. And it's usually like yesterday where I have like a headache that pretty much incapacitates me from doing anything. But maybe I should also I should download some of the videos I don't get to see for like days like when the internet goes out in the winter time or something. I had been saving things like that for you know, read up on the books and stuff that I read or that I got last November. The power just needs to go out so I have time to read. Hmm. This one's... This one looks kind of cool. I mean, I think it's just machine damage, but it's pretty thick. Almost looks like there are 3 A's there. This one kind of looks familiar. Alright, I think we might as well zoom in and check it out. Does it give me any clearer than that? I feel like these mint cellos are in really good condition. I don't feel like we're having to fight a bunch of creases. Just the texture. That's interesting. They almost looked clearer. I like the little thing, the little doubling inside the O there. Is that a notch up there? Yeah, the business strikes are just such a pain. I feel like they don't look as impressive. I don't know if it's just because of the cello. I'll try turning them on a little angle. My favorite coin, Amy, I believe is the Flying Eagle cent, but I really do like Lincoln Wheat cents as well. I'd say small cents are my favorite denomination. I've just started to branch out to different coins. Like, all I bought was small cents, small and large cents pretty much for like the last decade. And I just started to buy other coins. I just started buying nickels, dimes, quarters, half dollars, and dollars. And so this last month I pretty much just splurged and bought every PCGS graded coin that I could get a nice margin. And so I've added about 500 coins or so, I think, over the last month. And that was fun. And I realized as I was getting to look at all these other coins that I was learning more about small cents and just coins in general. So I think that that was a really good thing for me to do. It just helped me kind of see like the larger picture. Yeah, I feel like almost all of the Indian head cents that I have, I mostly only have certified ones. Pretty much every single one of them has gotten bought. I think I only have like 20 Indian head cents left. This one kind of, maybe it's just, it kind of looks like a doubled eyelid. The other one definitely was sharper. It was way more raised. This one, it could just be the way the grains, like there's just like some non-reflective ones that are in an oval shape. But it's like if we look at that one, and then we look at this one, let's see if we can see if this one just looks way, yeah, this one looks way more impressive. Maybe I don't have it quite, yeah, like that looks way more like a doubled eyelid than, and there's different ones too. Well, it's in the exact same place, but it's just not quite there. We'll zoom back out. I just feel like I'll be able to see something easier at this level, and we can look at things quicker. Which means more coins. Yeah, but pretty much every Indian head cent that I had has just gotten sold. I think I only have an MS62 brown. I think that's my like highest group. Is that a notch on that doubling on the bottom? We'll have to go back and check. I mean, it looks like machine damage, but then it kind of looks like there's a diagonal slope. Yeah, I almost had a full collection, and then everything just started getting bought up. Most of my Flying Eagle cents, like I used to have about 100 graded ones. I think I'm down to less than 20. I don't know if there was like a video or like why they're becoming popular, but a bunch of my older a bunch of my older large cents, my Flying Eagle cents and like Indian head cents, they're all selling out. It almost looks like the notch goes past, I don't know, it might just be a scratch. It was just like right where I would want one to be, because the bottom here kind of had like kind of a little bit of doubling, like a step, which normally I would think was just some damage. I'm not 100% convinced there. I'll put it to the side. Yeah, I had a 1877 at one point. I got it for super cheap at eBay. It was certified, and it was when I first started buying Indian head cents, and I think I put it up for like $100, and it was like not a high grade one. I think it was like AG3, and it like sold instantly, and I was like, all right, I just made $50. And then I went to buy another one to replace it, and then I was like, oh, whoa, these are actually worth a decent amount of money. That was one of the, I tripled my money on it, which I was super happy about. But then when I saw how much other ones went for, I was like, whoops. It's amazing how on eBay there will be beautiful, beautiful high-grade coins or like highly sought after, and sometimes nobody bids on them. Like even when they're certified, just it's too low of a condition, or just everyone seems to like forget to bid that one day. That's just amazing. Like this weekend I got a 1970s proof 68 cameo small date Lincoln Memorial cent. It was like $60. It was like $180 coin. And it was like I just put like a bid on it, thinking that I put a couple bids on it, just thinking that I would not win it, because I never win the small dates. But then I got it for like less than a third of its value. There was some weird stuff going on eBay. Like I won every coin. Maybe I was just super lucky, but it was like no one else was bidding. It was just like, I don't know. It was really, 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 really odd. Yeah, I do not have a 1856 Flying Eagle cent. I probably have like 1,000 Flying Eagles, but no 1856. Unless one of the many, many, many ones that I have that it could be an 1856. You know, I have a ton of ones that you just can't tell what the date is. It's either a 56 or a 58, and I'm pretty sure they are 58s. But at one point I was trying to buy out all the Flying Eagles. I had like 5,000 of them, and whatever numbers it was like my first time of like, let's play Monopoly with coins. Apparently I didn't do my research good enough. I mean, it all turned out well. I sold 4,000 of them and now maybe have like 1,000 left. But definitely try to do my research now before I like buy out a category on eBay. Just more and more and more started to pop up out of the woodwork. And I think if I try to play Monopoly with coins again, I will probably try to buy up all the early proof Lincoln cents. Pretty much like 1936 through like 1952. There just does not seem to, you know, they didn't make a lot of mint sets or proof sets. Like the 36, there's only 3,800 of them. Like, that's definitely something you can play Monopoly with, you know, play Monopoly with ones where there's like millions of coins minted. You know, a bunch of them people just have sitting in their drawer, but when someone says like, hey, that coin's going for a lot right now, someone's buying them all out, they come out of the woodwork like crazy. It's like the more Flying Eagle cents I would buy, the more there would be. Like, I had like 5,000 listed on eBay, and like, I think the most there was is like maybe 3,000 other ones on eBay. But the more I would buy, the more that would get posted. It was like I'd buy 10, 20 new ones would pop up. It was fun trying to buy them all. But I've definitely found that like coins that have been certified are way more liquid, yeah, this one kind of looks like that other one where it looked like there was a diagonal notch, but I think that the doubling just kind of goes diagonal on the bottom of that. That one looks pretty much exactly like the other one did. This one kind of looks like the reverse proof, like all the higher devices are kind of darkened. Who knows, maybe it'll be helpful for spotting something on these. There's less reflectivity. There definitely seems to be quite a bit of machine damage on this date. But what I was also curious about was, I hadn't, you know, going through a bunch of the other 60s, we weren't seeing doubled eyelids. I don't think we got to see all the different dates with these mint cello rolls, but I was curious when the doubled eyelids started again, because I hadn't been seeing them. And so now I know that they go all the way up to 63. I do not have a 72 DDO. It's on my buy one day list. I've definitely been trying to buy up certified copies of different RPMs and varieties. For a while it was like, oh, it's just too much. You know, I'd rather invest in some coins. But occasionally I see them for, you know, probably not the better examples, but I do see them up, and they're beautiful. I'd like to have a copy. There's quite a few double dies that at one point in my life I was like, that's not doable, this one might be a doubled eyelid. Yeah, that one definitely looks like, so we got two now. The other one looked like a possibility, but when I see one like this in comparison to the one where I'm like, well, kind of looks like it. Let's see if this one has the T. It's like fainter. And maybe that is just a thing with some, but it's like there's kind of a little raised spot to the corner of the T, so I don't know if that can be used as like a die marker. Perhaps this one is from the same batch. So no 1972 double dies. I don't have any of the famous double dies. But it's funny too because like say like a 1955 double die, I always considered I would never own one of those. But a bunch of them seem like the price on them is slowly kind of dropping. It seems like a bunch of the double dies, like the prices have just come down. I want to check that T. I believe it's just damage. I did feel like I saw one variety that kind of had a mark on one of the T's like that. Nice, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's sometimes it surprises me how often I find different RPMs and stuff. You know, some rolls I look through, some mint seller rolls I look through and I find nothing. Um, and then some of them it seems like they just, I'm like, was this person hoarding varieties and they sold the wrong roll, or somebody, you know, sold the, you know, inherited the roll and they just thought it was a roll of these. Gosh, I can't even remember which date it was now. I think it was the 1968S. I had bought two proof 68 1968 S's, and when I got them, or no, I'm sorry, it was 69S, two proof 68 69 S's, and when I got them, they came in mint state 68 holders by PCGS, and but they were clearly proof coins in them. And then like me and Andrew Law did some investigating, and basically the four 1969 S's that are in mint state 68 on PCGS, none of the four of them are actually mint state 68 red. They are all proof 68 coins. So PCGS kind of, so if you ever see a 1969S MS67 coin, that is the top pop coin, and it is worth far more. When those four 69S's got misgraded, I guess, it halved the price of the MS67s. I need to make a follow-up video. I did a video on it, and I still have one of the coins. I sold one to Andrew, because for a little while he thought that it was a legitimate mint state coin, and I was like, we were comparing different coins that we had gotten that were mislabeled by PCGS, and he was like, I want it, and he's like, is that for sale on eBay? I'm like, yep. And it was like 10 seconds later it was gone, just because if it was real it would have been like a $5,000 coin, but PCGS just messed up. But I need to make another video on that, because we were actually able to track down the cert numbers for all four coins, and they were all sequential serial numbers, and so we were able to figure out that PCGS messed up big time. And so I was originally showing it to him because I was like, check out this coin. It's really dangerous. You know, like, it's a legit holder. It's a legit coin. But PCGS mislabeled it. And if somebody looks, you know, checks up the cert, it comes up in the registry perfectly. But it is not what it's labeled to be. And so if someone could have sold it for, interesting what that little hump is. If someone had like sold it to someone who really couldn't tell the difference between a mint state 68 coin and a proof, but someone who couldn't tell the difference between PCGS as a website would have backed up the coin. And somebody, you know, it could be, if the 67s are going for like $400 a piece, it could be a few $1,000 coin. But there's only 4 of them. I think for the 1960s, I think we looked up, there was only 6 MS-68 coins from the 1960s. And so 4 of them were mistakes. 4 of them didn't really exist. So really, there's only 2 MS-68 coins that exist, unless PCGS messed up on those ones too. But it kind of shows that like some of these, you know, a big grading company can make mistakes like that can have like huge financial impacts. Like it have the price on the MS-66 coins. So it's really kind of crazy to me. And it's like, I don't know if, you know, I know a few people know about it now because I made one video, I think it was the mystery of the mistaken mint state coin. And it got like a couple hundred, I thought it was going to go viral. It only got like a couple hundred views, I think, on YouTube. Well, yeah, I guess I could. What I like about it, what I like about it is it goes in my registry set, and now I have like a coin in my registry set that would have cost me thousands of dollars to buy if it ever went up for auction. Like if you search it, it doesn't have a price because none of the 4 have actually gone up for auction. Or at least a major auction. There's no tracking of an MS-66 red. And so it comes up, you know, there's not enough auction history to give it a warranted price. And if it ever did go up to, but it, you know, basically it goes nicely in my registry set saying that I have an MS-68 red coin. And I know that's kind of, someone said that's cheating, but I don't know, like technically I have one of the 4, and I had 2 of them. And what was funny too is I bought one of them and I got one and was like, huh, and then I didn't know what to do with it. Because I have other Proof 68 ones of the date. I think I have a Proof 69 one now. But I sold it to Andrew, and then I was like, wait, did I just totally make a mistake and sell this guy? Like, we kept talking about it, and we kept feeling like there was a possibility that it was real. And then, so I had ordered a second Proof 68 coin before I even got the first one from the same seller. And so I already had a second coin coming in the mail, but I had no way to know that it was going to be the same thing. But as I was putting it into as I was shipping the first one to Andrew, I went and picked up my mail, and so I picked up the second coin, and then when I got home, I opened it up, and it was another MS-68 red. So this one seller on eBay, I believe, had owned all 4 of them at one point, and so 4 people who bought a Proof 68 coin from them received a coin that came slabbed MS-68 red. So it's like I could get it reholdered. I think like the Proof 68s, you know, they go for like between $12 and $30 probably at auction, or like buy it now, just depending on how it's sold or what the market conditions are like. So it's like I could get it reholdered, but I kind of like I kind of like it in my registry set. It's probably my highest grade one. Hey, welcome 710 as well, Upside Down. How are you doing tonight? Welcome back to the channel. And hello, Logan's Coins. Welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. So we've had a little bit of success finding a couple doubled eyelids tonight. That seems we're seeing a lot of machine damaged coins. But yeah, I want to track down the other two MS68 red ones. I'd like to have them. But yeah, I feel like the dangerous thing about them is that I feel like someone could buy them thinking that it was an MS68 red coin. And so like if someone was to somehow sell one of them and all of a sudden set like a market price for the coin, like it would probably, you know, give it a nice market value if it sold. But I guess it would probably have to go through like a major auction house to kind of set a price. So I think someone at a major auction house would probably, but if someone just tried to sell it on the street, I think they could probably get $500 for it and have someone think that they had bought the deal of a lifetime. Hey Paul Hampton, welcome. How are you doing tonight? Looks like we're having some luck with some doubled eyelids tonight. A couple coins that seem like they have, like kind of like this T, almost looks like there's a little thing sticking off the edge. This might be a doubled eyelid too. We'll have to check out. I didn't really see it, but I feel like when we see the, yeah, it is. So yeah, when I'm looking for these doubled eyelids now, at least for this date, if you look at the T, there's, this one's, I don't know, I thought I saw it. I think there's just a scratch there on this one. Yeah, there's totally a scratch. But there's been like a little hump to the right of the T. And then when I noticed that on the first one. And then it looks like we have another doubled eyelid. So it's like I've been looking for that hump and also for the doubled eyelid, but so looks like, is that the third or the fourth? We found a couple of them now. There's one that I was like, I'm not sure. I think that's just a scratch. And what's nice about these ones, I don't know, the coins, the corners of them have been a little hard. But I feel like these mint cellos are in pretty nice condition. Like I feel like we're able to, like some of the rolls that we've gone through, it's just like I keep having to rearrange the coins, just trying to like see through. And so I don't know, I feel like when I was checking out copper coins before I came on here, I feel like most of the doubled eyelids, I feel like an MS65, I think they were only like $8. So they must not, either a couple different things, either they're pretty common and they're not worth that much money. Whoops. I'm putting it back in the bag. I mean, honestly, these are probably just all going to go back in the bag, but I might as well keep them out for now, keep them separated. But I also noticed that some of the coins on copper coins, it seems like I'll check back and it seems like Chuck or Jessica or whoever updates the prices. I feel like a bunch of the prices on the varieties have been getting updated or the market's been moving. I'm not sure which one or how things work. I don't know who sets the prices for different varieties. If it's like PCGS or if like it's just, you know, Chuck sells them and that's, you know, what, I don't know how the prices are set on them. It's totally different from other coins that I'm used to. This is the question I am wondering. 710 is whale upside down. It's not bad for a penny, but if you take into consideration, um, like for me at least, like I buy MS65 1963s for probably about $8, slabbed by PCGS. That's usually about $8-9 is usually what I can pick one up on eBay for at auction. As a buy it now, they probably would cost more. But I usually just try to buy up everything at auction at, a discount. If you guys are ever selling your coins, do not put them up at auction unless you want me to buy them for cheap. I've definitely made a business, and it's no secret. I buy coins at auction for, when someone puts things up out at auction, unless it's like the best of the best, it goes for, I don't know, anywhere between like 10 to 40% off like the PCGS price. But if you put something up for a buy it now, at 10% above PCGS price, 20%, and you just, put it up for sale on eBay and, put it back in your closet, and then when it sells, fish it out and put it in an envelope and send it in the mail, and then buy another one at auction to replace it. It's a nice way to make an income. This is my job now. That's what I do. I buy coins at auction on eBay and other auction sites, and then I put them right back up and sell them. Like PCGS graded coins, I'm sure NGC is probably the same way. I've just, like PCGS worked for me, and I'm sure there's someone that does exactly what I do with NGC. But, I've been buying these mint Cellos primarily so that I can get a better understanding of what coins look like in raw state, so that, I can look at a few hundred examples, look at a few thousand, I don't know, we've been looking through mint Cellos here, I think since like January. I just started buying up as many rolls, 50 or 100 counts of them on eBay. I'm trying to basically learn how to grade, how to spot different stuff, so that then instead of buying everyone else's kind of coins at auction, I'll be able to, send in 20, 30, 40, 50 of each date, get them graded, and then I'll have a back stock of every date, so that I'm never out, so I never have any holes in my store. But I also know that if I send in just a bunch of random coins without knowing what I'm doing, I'm going to get back a lot of MS63s and a lot of MS64s, and they're going to be hard to sell. Are you, well, I guess that's one thing I can do. Like, I don't know, I decided to upgrade my eBay store today. And so up until now, I've just been getting 1,000 free listings. And I'm well above 1,000 PCGS graded coins on eBay now. So the first 1,000 are free to list every month. But I just upgraded my store level so now that I get 10,000 free listings. And so I'm going to be posting about 6,500 more coins on eBay here, hopefully before the end of the year. And as you guys know, I have tons and tons and tons of raw coins because that's pretty much where I started. I had no interest in buying, graded coins for a lot more. I wish I had bought graded ones to begin with. This one kind of has that T there again. But I thought I just looked at the, yeah, it just zoomed back out. I think I already looked at it. I'm just talking too much. Same name as my YouTube channel, Time Travelers Coin Exchange. And there should be a link in the description below the video here. But you know, pretty much what I do is I buy coins at auction and then I put them up. So pretty much everything that I have up is certified coins. I did start posting these mint cellos as I was doing rolls of them. I was posting them after. I'm kind of backlogged here. I haven't posted like the last 10 rolls. Pretty much once I hit the 1970Ss and was finding a bunch of RPMs, I was like, I need to understand the value of these more. And then it was kind of like people were sending me offers on stuff before I even put them. They would see a bunch of coins in a roll that they liked, and they'd be like, I'll give you $20 for the roll, and I'd check out the RPMs, and they'd be going on eBay for like $30, $40, and I'd be like, I don't know what I should do. Someone's offering me, you know, not even what one of them goes for, and there's multiple. But I guess what I'm wanting to do is, you know, get better at grading. You know, I have two options pretty much. I'm going to either buy out a couple categories on eBay here in the next month. Just, you know, figure out which categories, you know, everything are really low and there's not a lot of them up. And then I'm going to try to buy them out. Or I can do my first bulk PCGS submission. And I keep almost doing that. I didn't check out Double Die Die. Thank you for reminding me. Gosh, where's my pen? I will check out Double Die Die. That would be very handy. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, it seems like that little notch off the T, it seems like maybe it's a thing that happens on a bunch. Because the first time I saw it after we found two of the double die dies, I was like, oh, okay, well I can just look for that. But it's like I feel like, I guess it's not as strong on some, but it's like you can see that little thing that comes off there. And so it seems like enough of them. It's like I still just need to check, but it would be cool if there was something like that so that I can see more visibly. Nice, that sounds really handy, Blue Sandy. I did notice on some of the coins that I looked at on coppercoins.com today, the photos were much larger and more highly detailed. Like, I don't know if some of the newer, maybe Chuck got a new microscope or someone else is contributing and they're sending him photos of some really nice ones. But I did notice that some of the stuff is way better lit and enlarged. So that would be awesome if that is the new norm. Like this doubled eyelid is nice, or the ones that we've been finding are nice because I can pretty much see them without having to zoom in. When we were looking for them in the wheat cents, I was having to zoom in, and now that I'm finding them here, I know that there's different doubled eyelids, but I'm also questioning whether some of the ones that I thought were doubled eyelids are even doubled eyelids. Nice. That is awesome that people are able to contribute to it. You know, it's like Chuck's taken on a huge project. It's amazing what people can do. You know, like they can like basically go back and organize all the stuff that was never organized probably. Like nobody, you know, I guess the Mint probably has records of how many coins they make and how many dies were made. But I mean, it would be awesome if say if the Mint, every time they made a die, somebody took like a highly, highly, highly uh, or a high resolution like photo of the fronts, or like, you know, the whole die image. And so then somebody could basically go and review all the dies, and then, you know, look at all the dies, all the separate ones, and find out which ones had errors, and then you would know, you could look at the dies and then know how many different variations of errors there were. Like someone could just study the dies, and then they would know every single variety that there is out there. And then it's like, okay, we know all the varieties, but when, and then you could also label them and order them in a much easier way. I know this, I don't know, maybe the Mint would do that, you know, for the love of, you know, coins. That was one interesting news bit that I saw today. Is that I think that what I was reading is that the U.S. Mint is set to have like one of the highest mintages this year than I think for like the last 20, 30 years. And so I felt like this year was either going to be like a super small mintage or a super large mintage, and I just didn't know which way it was going to go. I didn't know if this year was going to be a year where, like, you know, you should stock up, and you know it would be a key date because production was down. But from what I understand, they've been pumping it out because of the coin shortages. You know, people aren't circulating coins, and so they're telling everyone, you know, to do your part and send stuff out into circulation. But they're trying the best they can to produce more and more coins, and it doesn't really do any good if all the coins just like end up in a coin jar at home if no one circulates them. And I understand people not wanting to circulate them because they're not wanting to, like, you know, take any chances. You know, like why touch a bunch of stuff that you don't need to touch if we're all trying to stay safe. Um, I was saying like if the mint took if the Mint made records of all the dies and took high resolution photos of each die, the front and back, um, then it would seem like somebody could study all the different dies, figure out how many varieties exist, catalog them, and then, you know, order them, and then then there would be a master guide of all the different varieties that could exist. I'm assuming that the Mint, after they use the dies, that they are destroyed. I don't know what happens to dies after the Mint, you know, after one wears out. But it seems like it would be cool because it's like basically everybody has to like go back, like say like Chuck, he's going and trying to identify all the different varieties. And, you know, it's a huge project. You know, they made a lot of different dies. Um, and so, you know, until someone finds a variety, there's no way to know how many there are. But if there had been, you know, records kept, is this a double die? Can't quite tell. Yeah, I mean, I've barely used money since the pandemic started. I've only used money a couple times. It's these Mint Cellos, it's like impossible to get the L. I can see it there. I can see it, but I can't see it. Maybe I can see it. I'm gonna bend the cello around the corner of it. We're gonna get this. I don't know, that looks like a bar underneath there to me. I can't get it. I'm putting a big old crease in the cello. I'd say that's about the clearest I'm going to be able to get it. For whatever reason, when I try to do it at the edge where the rim is, under an L, it's like the hardest part on one of these to like get a picture of. So that's cool. I have never actually, that's the first bar underneath an L that I have ever actually found. I'm always like, that looks like a simple coin to find. And then I go to try to find one and I never find them. So that's cool, that's a first. And I was beginning to wonder if, like, you know, like just because of the way that the plastic is, if it's just super hard to find. And I always wondered, am I missing them? Can't tell if that is a doubled eyelid as well. I think it might be a doubled eyelid. It could be a scratch, but I think it's a double eyelid. So it's, I mean, there might be, I guess I would have to check with the different L's. Maybe the L's have doubled eyelids. That might actually be a better key marker, or that might actually be a key marker I can use for this one. This one has definitely turned out to be a better roll. I feel like the condition of these ones as well, I think that this roll here has been better condition than the 64s that we looked at, or at least the 64Ds. I feel like the 64Ds looked like somehow they had gotten damaged inside the mint cellos that I didn't understand how. I feel like the 64P was in better condition than the 64Ds. Hopefully the 63D that we look at next time will be in as good a condition as these ones. My guess is that most of these ones are probably MS63, 64s. For some reason I feel like that you can kind of see spots on them when I'm zoomed out looking at the full coins. But I feel like when we're up close, they're not as apparent. I just want to make sure I put that one here. Okay, yep. I love it when I find something cool and then I just put it right back into the bag with the other ones, then it's like I'm never going to find that one. I mean, it's like then I have to like search through. I know it's there, but I've totally done that before. I just get in a rhythm of, all right, pick this one up, put this one here. This one has that same, I think we had one earlier that had like, or maybe that's a scratch. You can kind of see like a scratch going through the left side of the D, and I think it just goes down into the D. We found one earlier that had kind of a line inside the D. Okay, I'll do that. What I need to do is I need to like just ask Chuck, hey, is it cool if I look at your website and my streams? I will be giving your website publicity. I mean, half of you guys already use it, but I know that by the time I am, you know, like, I know that, I don't know, I just want to make sure that he would be cool with that. I don't know if other people do that. But it's like I'd love to show you guys what I'm looking at the same time. And I guess here I will do this one at the end. I just know that you guys are going to be staring at nothing, Paul. You guys are going to be staring at nothing the entire time I'm looking, and it's like there's like 20 of them or something like that. I just looked through the first page. There was definitely 3, 4, 5 bar. Maybe it wouldn't take as long as that. I just feel bad. I feel like you guys are like not getting to see what I'm seeing. I don't know. Does anybody else know what Chuck's opinion on you know, I've seen other people, like, you know, it's like I've done videos where I look at you know, eBay and stuff like that, but it's like, you know, it's like Chuck spent a lot of time on his site, and it seems like it's his to show off and make videos of. That's my only concern. So I'm just not trying to steal his reign. Alright, I don't see it on 001. Don't see it on 002. I mean, I feel like it would show the one under the L. Oh, okay. Here is a possibility, 007. Or was that it? The variety shows as a bar under the L of Liberty, a doubled eyelid to the south, and a light spread on the last T of trust. Okay, and is that where I had been saying I'm seeing something on the T? A light spread on the T of trust. It's funny, there's not a picture of the T on trust. But that pretty much sounds like true. You guys can always go to coppercoins.com and check it out. This is true. It kind of looked, I mean, that sounds like it describes it pretty good there, 007. Let me look at, let me look at the doubled eye, see what this one looks like. I don't know, now that I actually look at the eye, it's not looking as doubled this time. I swear we had just looked at it a minute ago and it looked doubled. Okay, it does right there. It's interesting, it totally disappears on a bunch of angles. Let me look at the picture here. Yeah, I would say that it's in the right place. That's what I'm trying to look at the die markers. Okay, on the memorial on the reverse, there looks like there is a like kind of crud built up on the side. Which might always be there. That looks pretty similar. So there's a little chunk on the top corner. This one looks a little different, but I mean, I can't imagine they all look the same. So I'm not sure what the die marker on the E pluribus, if it's the crack in the L or if it's the part going through the U and the N. I'm not positive if it is the same one. The L and the eyelid look the same. Let me just check out the other ones here. That's all of, I mean, as far as the ones with an L on it, or with the bar under the L, that's all the ones. There's 1, 2, 3, there's only 3 with the bar under the L, and only one of them has the eyelid to the south. And it says a light spread on the last T of trust. Let's see if this one had that. The light spread on the last T. Is that there down on the bottom? Is that what that is? There's kind of like a little notch. I think that looks like a light spread on the T and trust. What do you think? Okay. Yeah, that's what would have been my guess there. I didn't even look to see what that one went for. So $12 and MS65. Well, it's not. That's not bad. Wow, look at the die scratches on that one. Like, if only this was the one we were looking for, it would have been like, yep. Alright, let's zoom out. Thank you for the help, Paul. Excuse me. Water. That's what it's here for. Hold on. I feel like I get a little bit discouraged sometimes when I'm looking them up myself, and it makes me, I don't know, it's like I don't, like, part of it's like I don't want to say this is this one and then have it not be that one. I try to, like, not say, you know, this is a doubled eyelid unless I feel confident that it is one. I just don't want to be, you know, it's like, I feel like on YouTube and just internet, there's a lot of false information spread. And I'd rather say I'm not sure, or this is what it looks like, and not know than, you know, say absolutely I think it's this one. You know, it's like I want to be helpful instead of being unintentionally unhelpful. Okay, I will use the same coin and I will go to the reverse of the monument. And so it's like, I don't know, it's, when I look at the edge here, I can see kind of what we're looking at when I go to. I feel like the pictures that they took were a higher quality. I feel like they're a higher quality. Like Chuck's camera is definitely awesome. I never even noticed in the monument that those little marks there, they kind of look like threes on their side. Okay, so it isn't the corner you need to look at. Check with the die markers. So like the die scratches. I guess that's what I'm just, when I'm looking at Chuck's photos, I'm not seeing the die markers. I'm not seeing like I guess when I look for a die marker, I look for like scratches, like something that, you know, like something in the field that would be unique. And I guess that's what I don't see. It's like when I look at the coin here, I'm not seeing anything, and then when I look at the photo here, like what I see is on, like what I see is on the edge of the memorial here. Go to the top of the scalloped top, over not the edge, go to the top of the scalloped top. Is it like a little crack that goes up off the corner? Let me zoom back in. And is this what you're referring to as a scalloped top? I just feel bad because you're saying not the edge. Maybe I'm zoomed in too far. Because when I look back at Chuck's here, it's actually, you see a lot more of the coin. It's weird, it's like I feel like Chuck is able to focus at an in-between level than mine. From second scallop, just below the second wall, you will see an angled die gorge going down from left to the right, not the corner. From second scallop, just below, you'll see an angled die gouge. From second scallop, just below second wall. I don't know why I can't see it. I don't know if I feel like I need, wish I had a pointer here or something so that I could say like, is this right? Stop, perfect. I'm trying, my friend. I know you have great patience with me. Um, like I was looking at the photos on the website and then I was coming back here. The only thing that I see is you know, like if, so I can't like point to it, but it's like, you can't see because it's not focused. I wish I had a little pointer thing, like I could show you my mouse on here. But like at the center, at the absolute center of the screen here on the corner of the building there, like the little line going down the edge of the memorial, kind of in a diagonal going towards the left, just kind of following the edge of the memorial. That's the only part, that's the only kind of mark I can see on the coin. Like normally I'd look in the fields for like a die scratch or something to use as a marker. From second scallop, just below the second wall, like if I have it centered right here, it's in the center. If I want die scratches, look at the date. Okay. Let me move it in this mint cello. Because we have cello scratches right above the date. Alright, so it looks like there are horizontal die scratches going right through the 1 and the 9, which it looks like we have very nice horizontal die scratches going right through the 1 and the 9. I think that I could have saved you a lot of time there. It's like, why can't I see the other ones? I mean, I was literally staring at the coin for like 5 minutes. But yeah, I would say it's 007 because these die scratches look exactly the same as the other one. The second vertical wall. So Wait, is there like a little... Whoop. So I feel like I saw something right, like right there. Look at the 9. Gladly. A little scratch on the top of the 9. Little part going down the side. Yeah, the die scratches going right through the 9. I definitely see those. It goes right through the 1, straight through the 9. Yeah, I definitely would say that is a 007. I will try to check out the back here after. I know, Paul, I can hear you from here, and I am very, very, very impressed with your patience, and thank you for taking the time to try to teach me. I definitely really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll be able to... Hopefully I'm gonna go back and read after this and like reread it. I don't know if it's because it's at 11 at night here. It's probably 2 where you're at. Is it 2 o'clock where you're at? Microscope's kind of migrating here. I think one of the things that I'm not better at is visually taking directions. I don't think only 11 here. Okay. So we're working on the same disability of time. I don't know. Normally when it starts to get towards midnight, I start. My brain starts to go a little bit slower. Sometimes it just goes slow all day long. But sometimes I feel like I should do these streams. If it was possible for me to do these streams, I would do them while drinking, like after a couple cups of coffee in the morning when I'm like much sharper. It would it would probably be better for everyone. Probably be higher quality videos. That's a pretty flattened B. Oh, you still got patience. So you still got some things working for you. I am not an easy one to teach sometimes. Like I think I learn more just banging my head against something over and over again sometimes. I'm definitely one of those people that like I have to like be shown examples of things multiple times. But then once I'm shown things multiple times from different angles, um, I get I get really good at it. Um, but it takes me a while. I don't know if I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm just tired or something. Um, but it's like once I learn something like well, I learn it really well. I will head back there and look for bars. For some reason, this one was looking interesting on the bottom. I think it's just machine damage. And then I think I didn't know what that was. I don't know if that broke off the rim. It's like a die chip. I'm not seeing a bar on this one. I didn't see one on that one myself. But I think when we were looking through, I think I was just remembering when we were looking through them, you know, just from looking at the fronts and backs of them. I feel like I saw one, you know, I could see like a little gleam under the one. And so that's kind of cool that you can see the bars just barely when looking at the whole coin. Which means that they're hopefully easier to spot. Okay, I don't see anything. It's like, why can't they just all have like nice clear markers like that one there? I mean, I guess the 007 did have the ones that went right through the 1 and 9. I guess like I should look at the die markers and, you know, look for ones that, you know, look for the easiest possible one. And then if there's damage there or I'm unsure, you know, just go to the next one. Like sometimes life gives you multiple die markers, and if I'm scratching my head at one of them, maybe I should use the next one. That's very nice of Chuck to put multiple different ones. Will we find another cool looking one? don't think I see anything. I don't think one little line constitutes a double die. So we shall keep on looking. I feel like when we were looking through the wheat cents in one of the Coin Vault episodes, like probably just like 10 episodes ago, looking for the double dies, I feel like some of the ones that I thought maybe were a double die were just something like that, where there was just like a light little raised area. Where'd it go? Going the wrong way. I don't know, underneath this one, it's like I feel like it gets darker. I feel like one of the reasons that I never looked through, looked at the double die lids was because it was always really hard to look at that particular part of the coin. So just checking one isn't a good idea necessarily. But I feel like at least if you're able to like match a couple of them, then there's a much more higher probability. How many are there? Are there RPM, or I'm sorry, are there varieties where they can have the same, where you can have the same major kind of errors, and then the die markers also repeat themselves, but then they are different varieties? I mean, I can see it happening. I definitely see a lot of them where they are similar. Huh. I feel like when I was looking through, this one looks familiar, like when I was looking through the different varieties. Like I feel like it was like this R here. But I don't know what that variety would have been. Okay, so the die variety markers will be unique to that variety. Okay, that's what I was hoping. Otherwise things were going to be way, way more complicated. If I can get under that L, I see like a little, it was just a scratch. so hard to get under that L when it's on the rim of the cello. It's like whatever's under this one is way, way smaller than the bar. It's on a diagonal angle. I almost feel like we can see it better. I don't know if there are... Okay, I got one more coin left and then I will... That's the last one in this roll, and then I'll go check and make sure that there was nothing that looked like that. I mean, I know Chuck's site probably doesn't have every known variety. That one looked different. So that little bar that goes through the D. Yeah, I thought that bar definitely was interesting. So you could use that as a identifying mark. Let me just go and check. So there was the R. I guess that one was one we looked at before. There was an R that had light extra thickness on the date and trust. And I don't know if that is what that R was there. One's in the center. Okay, so it's not, whatever's underneath one isn't. I think whatever's under this one may just be a scratch. It's just in the wrong place at the right time, or the right place. Oh, look at that. Nice big scratch. Alright, so was this the maybe? Oh no, was this this was our bar. It's funny how the doubled eyelid on this one does not show up on some angles under here. I mean, this is the bar, right? Oh, maybe not. Okay. What was this? The one with the chip up here? Okay, this was the one that had like a... Does this one look like a die chip? Okay, so that's... So this one has the bar. And then it has... I'm like trying to find the doubled eyelid on the other one and I'm like, wait, where'd it go? Maybe there's a better resolution for it. Okay. Yes, the eyelids are weird. So that was the bar. We can double check these other ones too, make sure that they didn't. Okay, yeah, it did look weaker compared. So then there's this doubled eyelid here. Looks much stronger. I thought these were all doubled eyelids. That one did not look like a doubled eyelid. Maybe there was one maybe in here. Alright, that one looks like a doubled eyelid. Which one was this one again? Okay, that was the chip. This doubled eyelid, which I feel like looks different than the other ones. It's a little bit smaller. I feel like a little bit more in. And then I think this was the first one we found. I think. So a little bit bigger, a little bit farther out there. So this roll definitely look at the date, but it's a nice looking date. Well, maybe not the one. What was number one? So it's number two. The ones kind of looked similar there. And number three. Maybe all of the ones are kind of crooked like that. Number 4. I'll look at the date, but flip over. Okay, hold on, I'll flip over. This is number 5. Oh, you want to see... This is number 5. So you want to see then the bar one? Which number? Bar one with eyelid. Okay, so look at date and flip over. Yeah, I flip. What part of the reverse did you want to look at? We'll just take a look and see what the condition of this one is. What did you want to see on the back, Paul? I'm sorry. So it looks like above the T, there's like a horizontal bar. I feel like some of the die scratches are like super hard to see through a flip. Please look at the Chuck photo of the top right of Monument. Okay, so the second one from the bottom. I can't center it exactly the way it is in the photo. That's the problem. Chuck is zoomed in on a level, like his goes in like halfway between what mine does. That's also one thing that makes it difficult for me. He's able to, it seems, to go in on a like a level in between the two ones that I can. And so as far as like spacing and size, it ends up like his is in between the two of my abilities to zoom in. Like I want to just be able to line them up right next, and maybe it's because the picture is blown up, like the picture I'm seeing is larger than my three R from the bottom. And then we can try. Do you see what I mean? How I can't replicate what he has there. That's as close as I can get, my friend. I can either go in farther or not. Are we just talking about the extra line in the first column? Oh, wait, so you're saying that there's an extra line in the first column? the scallop just below the second wall. Yeah, so the roof, if there's a roof above the columns here that's scalloped on the roof, on the, like, above the columns is a scalloped roof, and then there's another floor going up with a roof, like right below where the floating roof would be on the 1970. The only thing that I see odd about it is the first thing that I said when we were looking at the reverse, like the edge of the roof, like going down, like basically going from the top of the scallop down to the column. Like that's the only thing I see on the coin. Like this, like basically from the top of the screen on the side of the roof here down to the bottom, like where I was, like that's the only thing that I see here. Or I didn't even see this here. Is it this like scratch here below? I didn't even notice that till now. The scallop below the second wall. Stop moving and stop thinking. So which spot is it, Paul? Or what is the, like, I mean, what is the exact part that I'm looking for? Is it this part right here, 1 in the center of the screen? Is it the little line here on the scallop? Like, I feel like I can see like what kind of looks like a die scratch in between the two kind of wavy like scallop parts here at the center of the screen right now. Or is it this edge part here, number 3? Or is it none of the above 4? The third marker. Thought that's what I was looking at. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, wish with Chuck's photos, if there was an arrow pointing to what it was on the photo here, it would be a lot easier. Yes, a little pointer. That's why I was trying to center it and say, is it 1, 2, or 3? Because I only see 3 different little things. It's like I saw the scratch you were talking about on the column, Blue Sandy. Then I see what kind of looks like a die crack going across the top roof there. Well, I'm looking at Chuck's photo here, the third up from the bottom. If you want to explain to me from Chuck's photo, I feel like I would have a lot better, like trying to keep it focused and then waiting a minute for you to be able to tell me what I'm looking at. It's kind of hard. I'm holding the coin against the bottom of the microscope. But I'm also getting pretty tired here. And I do appreciate you trying to tell. It's weird, when I look at Chuck's photo there, I don't see the gouge that I was asking if it was that. It's like there's no way I would know. I don't see the gouge here on the photo that he took, so maybe that was just what I was pointing at was damage. Or maybe I'm too tired here tonight, I don't know. But I think it would probably be best for me to take a fresh look at it in the morning. I've been looking at the loop for like 3 hours and I'm starting to see double. I think that might be part of the problem too. Yes, I see the pretzel looking thing under below the top. Yes. It's like, it's really good when I'm trying to when I'm moving fluidly, holding it against it. But if I try to like hold it still, and if I'm not holding it up against it, the light of the LED lights just will blind everyone. Okay, I did see a little gouge right the second pretzel from the right. I did see like a little gouge right there, I believe, on top of it. Um, but I didn't even see it after getting really up close. And I felt like I could only see it when I was centered on it. Like right here, there's like a gouge on the pretzel. But when I was focused like this, I thought it was just part of the design. Um, it's like I can't quite see the pretzels, you know, I can't quite see the, um, sorry. And then I feel like most of the time I was kind of like up, like, I was thinking that it was part of the other design. But if it's this right here, then yes, I'm able to see that. It was really, really hard for me to see though. But thank you for taking the time, Paul, and Blue Sandy. I really appreciate it. And I'll get better, I promise. I won't frustrate you guys forever. At least not on purpose. But I'm going to get some sleep here tonight so I can do the regularly scheduled stream. And this roll seemed better than the other one, so hopefully I believe we're going to do the 1963D tomorrow. We'll probably have some, you know, RPMs and stuff in there hopefully as well. And I think that would be fun. But I wish you guys good night. I wish you guys good night. So you can hear how tired I am. And thanks for being here, Metal Detecting, with Austin Simpson. Thanks for being here tonight, Blue Sandy. Thank you for being here tonight, Paul Hampton. Thank you for being here tonight, Edwin Vasquez. And thank you for being here tonight, Super Silverman. Thank you for being here tonight, Amy Bach. And thank you for being here tonight, Logan's Coins. And thank you for being here, 710 Oil is Upside Down. Wish you guys all great nights. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired tonight. But you guys are all awesome. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Blue Sandy. Yes, I need some arrows. I can look into it. I feel like it should be possible to have pointers here on a stream. I feel like that is definitely something that can be done. It seems like maybe I can make my mouse visible. So that you guys can see what my mouse is doing and I can point to things. That's like a fantastic idea. So tomorrow, I believe, we're going to do 1963D Lincoln Memorials. And it came from the same person as this roll. So hopefully we'll have as good of luck with it tomorrow. This is what I'm hoping. And this roll looked pretty decent. And I think I saw the 1963D because I was trying to do the 63P tonight. And I think I picked up the Ds. And I think they looked really bright and shiny. So hopefully that is the case and it'll be an awesome roll. But wish you guys good nights. I'm going to get some sleep. I wish you guys good sleep. And see everybody in the future.